Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your co-host, Coach Ken, a.k.a. the doctor, a.k.a. the professor. I'm alongside my co-host. You all right?
I'm sleepy.
You looking like you got the water eyes.
I'm sleepy. I've been yawning.
I thought you only got that when you get to crying and shivering, and shaking and shaking. Oh. Hey, let me ask you a question.
I'm afraid. I'm really afraid.
Off the script though, I know women fake orgasms, right? I know they do. But when they go to shaking and crying, they didn't fake that, did they? Like when you sometimes shake and cry.
And I am his co-host. I am Simply Net. Welcome to Candid Conversations with the Grand Canions on this evening right here. Boy, I had to stop that. I had to pull the brakes up. I had to pull the emergency brake up, put the stop in it. How you doing this evening, sir?
You ain't answer my question?
I didn't hear a question.
Okay, we're going to move on from it. I am doing fantastic. Hey, look, tonight we are going to talk about something real good. I got a letter. We ain't going to be before you very long. Let me tuck out my phone because somebody calling me. And the thing is, what I'm about to do is turn my phone off.
Okay.
Okay, because somebody be calling everything.
Okay.
Everything. All right, cool. It's off.
It's off.
All
It's
right,
off. It's off.
Now, my producer just losing his damn mind right now. But it's off, y'all. All right, but look, I got a question for you.
Yes.
And here's the question. We talked about last week, support your dreams or not. That was a good show for me because a lot of people don't have someone that they don't have. Now, y'all, this right here, this don't have, we supposed to turn off our phones.
I can't turn
I didn't turn mine
off.
off. She was looking at me crazy. And
I have my
hers.
ringer. Let me just say this. I have my ringer off. That was a notification. My mom is in the hospital, so I cannot turn my phone off.
Oh, okay. Well, that is true.
So I did have my ringer off, but I didn't realize the notification was on.
The notification, the volume on notification was up.
I don't know. I just thought if I turned the ringer down, everything would be all like.
Are you serious? You don't know how to operate your phone? You get me to buy this. Remember how you clown?
Listen. What were we talking about? Supporting one another. Let's support each other. Let's be supportive in this moment.
All right. So tonight we're gonna talk about something really good. All right, and you know how people be all on the internet talking about 50-50. I want a man to have this. He got to make six figures. He got to do all these things. And I came to a conclusion that a lot of people, they don't know the difference between needs and wants.
Ooh.
And we're going to talk about that tonight.
The difference between needs and wants.
Because I thought, before I got married, before me and you got serious, I thought I needed something, a certain thing. Like I would always say.
Multiple women.
See, now.
I'm just was asking, is that what you thought you needed?
Well, before I met you, that's what I thought.
No. We're not talking about before we met.
Oh, no.
We're talking about you coughing. You get help him, Lord. Touch him,
No.
Jesus.
I mean,
he choked up.
No, you paid.
I'm sorry.
The spit go down the wrong way. No,
okay.
That's not what I
I'm
thought
sorry.
I
just
needed.
thought that's what you were.
That may be what I wanted. You remember that time I asked you for that threesome? And then, see.
Why you be veering off to the left?
See, you don't like when I be off.
But then you got scared when I brought the person in. I
got a little scared. Because I didn't think you were going to go through it.
I wasn't.
And I had to bail on it. I bailed on it. I like, no.
You had to ring the quitting bell, but go ahead.
Okay. But anyway.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about need versus wants tonight. Okay. And I'm just going to ask you some questions, and you can ask me some questions so that the people can hear. And I want to break some things down. But allow me to get the letter. But before I get the letter, I got to say, y'all, thank y'all for watching what we're doing. Thank you guys for commenting. We appreciate it. And if you like content like this, it's real, it's raw, and it's relatable. Sometimes it's real. I'm going to be real. But I'm going to be raw, but she ain't going to be raw. but she gonna be.
I'll be real.
She gonna blush about it.
But I'll be real and I'll be relatable, but I'm not gonna be so raw.
Yeah, but I'll bring the rawness.
Yeah.
And so we want you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when we drop a new video, you get notified. Is that cool? All right, thank you. All right, so I got a letter, and I wanted to get your take on it. Let me get my glass. I got my glass. Pop, pop, pop. It said, "Dear Coach Ken, I am writing this letter because I met a super cool guy. He is consistent. He meets most all of my emotional needs. However, he only makes $73,000 a year. I make over $100,000 a year. I've always said that I wanted a man who makes more money than me. Should this be a deal breaker? I'd like your thoughts." And so I did talk to her, as I always do. But I want to ask you a question. Is it a deal breaker for her? She asked the question, and if you were coaching her, would you say that is a deal breaker?
See, I can't tell anybody what their deal breaker is. Like, I can't say that shouldn't be your deal breaker, but it shouldn't be your deal breaker.
Why not?
More money could be made, but if a person possesses everything else you need, you can't create a new person. If they have everything you need except for their bank account, like, y'all can go get it together. You can give him some ideas. He could be a professional plasma seller. He could go do him a little lemonade stand, fry some Oreos. He can make up that extra money.
Fried Oreos be good.
I'm hungry too, so I always go to food. But if he possesses everything that you desire, that you want,
and she said he was consistent, but
consistent.
I have to push back against you a little bit and say, I can't tell a person whether it's a need that they have. I can. And I'm going to share with you tonight how I can tell you whether it's a need or want. And I'm going to tell you what I told her. I said, is this, because see, people, I'm going to do a little mumbo jumbo on you tonight.
Okay.
I said, did you contemplate him making the $73,000 a year? Mm-hmm. Did you contemplate still staying with him? Did you get curious about it? And she said, yeah, I contemplated over and over again. I said, well, then stay with him because it ain't no deal breaker.
So you said if it was a deal breaker, it'd just be like,
walk away.
He got 7 toes. Let's go.
And that's what a need is. See, a need is something I must have.
Okay.
So when you're in a relationship, if you go into the relationship, and for instance, a person that is monogamous, all right, that is a need a person has. It is not debatable. I'm not curious about it. I'm just saying, this is my need, okay? Go ahead.
Is that a need or is that a want?
It depends on the person.
So that's just what I said before. I can't tell you if that's a need or not.
But I could tell her it's a need because I
based
asked her
on
the same
the questions that you asked.
Yes.
Okay. Well, based on the questions, yeah. But just before, you can't just say without investigating.
Yeah, but
right?
I can still say it's a need. You know why? I'm about to share with you why.
Okay.
Because let's start off. But to show you, you tried to twist me.
No, I ain't trying to twist
but you.
I'm just trying to understand,
you can't
pimping.
twist the professor.
I'm just trying to understand.
Okay. Let me break it to you. All right. A need. When you think about a need, right? You think about a need from a standpoint of I need water.
Right.
I need food to live. Mm-hmm. A need is something I must have in the relationship to thrive. Not just to survive, but to thrive. Okay?
But I determine those needs.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
You do.
Okay.
The person determines their own needs.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just guiding you through whether or not it's a need or a want.
Okay.
Okay? Now, audience, we're going to ask you in a minute what you believe. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. So I said to her, here's how you know. I said there are a couple of questions. Number one, if you never get it, if you could say, I will never get this thing that I want, but I'm still willing to marry the person, then it's a want.
Okay.
Okay, then it's a want.
Okay.
Like some women say, I want the guy to be over 6 feet. I want him to be 6'3" or 6'4", 5, something along those lines. I want him to be that tall. I say, because for some women, it is an absolute need that the man be taller than 6 feet, meaning I can't get past it. I'm not curious about it. It is a must.
So it's not one size fits all. It's
No.
just like everybody has their own needs, wants, and desires, and it's up to us to figure out or to put them in the right category.
Right. And so what I told her was, and then I'm gonna go over tonight about the emotional needs that people have, and I'm gonna help them with that. But what I told her was, I said, now, is it a must that he make over $100,000 now? And if it never changes, are you willing to leave the relationship? If it's not a must, because I always tell people, don't get married on potential. Don't get married hoping he gonna make more money one day. He gonna get to 6 figures one day. That's never gonna, because you have to look at it and say, if he never gets to 6 figures, ever, if the highest he goes is 75,000, are you willing? Is it a deal breaker? And she said, no, I'd like him to make it, though. I want him. I'm going to help him make it, but I still like him if he don't. I said, well,
But do you think that she'll have regrets or anger later down the road if he never makes any more than that 73? Because that is a desire and a want. Do you think if they got together that if things went bad, that would be something that she would throw back at him?
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Now, because we want something, we're simply saying that I desire this, but if I don't get it, it doesn't kill the relationship.
Okay.
Okay, if I don't get it. Now, here's the kicker, though. The kicker is we all evolve. And see, in that evolution, that want may become a need. Think about it.
Well, question. So
go ahead.
When you're sitting down with, and when I'm going all off your paper.
No, you ain't got no, we good.
When you're sitting down with your significant other and you're discussing your wants and your needs and you're making plans for your future based on those wants and needs and desire, and then you evolve, but I don't. And then your want becomes a need. Do I have to rise up to that if we've said this is how it is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's a good question. Now, that brings me to this book.
Oh.
His Needs, Her Needs. I've read this book 3 times. I've read it 3 times because I fundamentally realized something. When we were going through our rough patch, I realized that every human being has a set of 10 emotional needs. And most everything falls underneath that. And so in this book helped me to realize, wow. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm gonna give you the 10 emotional needs really quick.
Okay.
The 10 emotional needs are, and I think there are maybe 11, but most things fall underneath these things.
Okay.
Affection, sexual fulfillment, conversation, recreational companionship, open and honesty, attractiveness of a spouse, financial support, domestic support, family commitment, and admiration. And so what he said was, in this book, he said that what I found out is, and this is where I'm going to kick it to you. He said, when people come to me and they need counseling, he said, the most people end up in my seat. You want to know why? because the other person feels like you have stopped meeting my emotional needs. So think about it. If your emotional needs with me is conversation, and I used to talk to you, and I no longer talk to you, I know we no longer have any conversations of depth, you're going to feel like that emotional need is going unmet. Now, if you believe that I am either unwilling to meet it or I'm not wanting to meet it, you know what happens to you? Is you begin getting disconnected from me emotionally. And whenever a relationship breaks off, you know what the other person says? They're not meeting my emotional needs. That is the reason why the relationship ends. Think about it. You stop giving your spouse sex. I need sex to feel connected, right? Well, I ain't gonna give him sex. I'm working hard. I don't get out of this. I don't want to do that. And then
why it's got to be the girl? Why I can't be like, I ain't gonna slang this on her today? Why you can't just go?
Do
Why
that
it's
again?
always got to be the girl? You know, and you been it did a bit. Why I couldn't be like, yo, she ain't gonna get this today. I'm gonna withhold this today.
a lot of men doing that.
Okay, well, let's go there then.
Okay, let's go there.
Because we always think that the woman is the one holding out.
That is so true.
We always gonna put that on the women, but men be doing. They be trying to hold.
What they do? What they do? What they do? They're like a block over it. Okay.
But I'm just saying.
No, they do. No, I'm getting that more and more now. But a lot of women have sexual fulfillment is one of their emotional needs. And the guy is not fulfilling that. Either for whatever reason, either he can't physically, either he's not attracted to her, or whatever the reason is. But the reason may matter to him, but to her, all she feels is my needs are going unmet.
I heard you say he's not attracted to her.
Or it could be her not attracted to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
either way.
You know, we always think in a relationship that love is enough. You know, if I will just love him or her through this. How do you get past that when like the attraction is gone? You've been in a relationship for a long time, and I know this is not what we were supposed to be talking about this evening, but you've been in a relationship a long time, and you love a person, but the connection, you're just not feeling the connection sexually. They're not doing it for you. How do you discuss that? How do you get that back, or do you just walk away?
But you're asking me 3-4 questions at once.
Answer them all at the same time.
You asking me number one. How do we get it back?
How do you get it back?
You get it back by connecting again. So let me say this to you: sex is a byproduct. Sex is a byproduct of connection. All right. Just so happens that physical connection is still a connection nonetheless.
Right.
Now, if you're in a relationship, you're married. So there was once you had an emotional connection. Because think about it. If I don't have an emotional connection anymore, sometimes the sex wanes because I don't want to touch you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to do that. So what the first step here is let's figure out how we can reconnect. Because the biggest sex organ that you have is your brain. All right? It's your brain. If I'm disconnected emotionally and mentally, then I don't want to connect physically. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Is that mostly just with women, or do you find that men? I know with women, we often say, you know, it does start in the mind. A man, it starts in his pants. And so, do you all ever have to?
My pants.
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to.
So
like,
in other words, you thinking we just.
Do you guys have to
you think
have
I just
that?
stick my dick in this wall? Is what you saying?
It was wet, and did I say that? Oh, I can't believe I said that. I can't.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, well, I'm not attracted to you. All right.
I can't believe I said that. But I'm just saying, like, women want to be wined and dined, not for the money part, for the mental part.
Nowadays, for the damn money part.
Well, I'm talking about me and my friends that'll be 59 this week.
They still fucking?
First of all, that was supposed to be the trigger for my birthday. And then you went straight to sex.
No, you going to sex. You talking about fucking the wall. I mean, you going to sex.
You the one went to the wall. I said, but anyway, Kenneth. So do men have to have that emotional connection to be
okay
physical?
So let me explain it to you. All right, let me explain it to you. Women, and for those of you listening out, and not every day a woman, because you can't speak for everybody. I can speak for the majority of them because I'm damn good.
Yeah. All
right,
I mean, we're speaking to those who we're speaking to. Go ahead.
So think about it. Men have sex to connect. Mm-hmm. Okay. Women
connect,
then have sex.
Okay.
See the difference? Men have sex. So that's why when a woman that keeps it from her man, well, he's looking at sex. Sex is a part of him connecting with her. Okay? With women, they want to connect first. Mm-hmm. But the majority then have sex. Mm-hmm. Now they can have sex if they tired, and then you can spit on your finger and get it wet, you know. And then they might not, their body might not produce, but it'll produce if you do it.
Babe, you just went the other way.
I just said, but you get my point.
Yes.
Okay, so that way, that's what happens. Now, a lot of people deny their partner sex, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't understand the psychological, emotional part of it. Mm-hmm. They just thinking of the physical part of it. And so that's what we're talking about in terms of the need might be just like you. If I'm talking to you in conversation or attention, giving you attention, mm-hmm. well, then sex would be part of that because that's intimacy. Mm-hmm. And then you want to have sex because you feel connected.
So is that why you say, baby, come in here, let me just talk to you for a minute? You trying to trick me?
I wasn't trying to trick you. I was trying to get you lubed up. I'm just trying to get you lubed up. I mean, I wasn't trying to trick you. I was trying to...
You was trying to get swallowed up.
Yeah. Woo! But here's what I'm going to say. The one thing I think people need to identify, mm-hmm. needs versus wants.
Needs versus wants. Okay.
And the question is, how do we identify needs versus wants? I'm going to ask you that. Okay. What do you think?
I would think a need is something that, of course, I can't live without.
Okay.
And a want is just something that I desire. Like I desire a new Brahmin bag for my birthday. Like I desire that. That's a want. I don't need it, but I want a black Brahmin bag for my birthday. It's a want. It's not a need.
Audience, what do you think about?
No, but that is like a want is something that you don't have to have. It's an add-on. It's a cherry to your ice cream. You don't have to have it for the ice cream to be ice cream, right? But a want, a need, like for ice cream to be ice cream, you got to have some heavy cream, and you got to, right? I'm hungry.
You are hungry, ain't you?
I haven't eaten.
You are hungry.
Am I sweating?
You having a hot flash?
I don't know. Maybe
the producers that gave you a napkin.
Oh, hey, wow.
You beating up and shit. Hey, baby. So, all right. How do we know the difference? You're right.
How do you?
So, a lot of times we confuse, and I want to tell people this. A lot of times, what we do is we frame a want as though it's a need.
How?
So we'll say things like, sometimes you like, you know what? I need a man. He got to make $100,000 a year. And when I probe deeper, what it is she finds out that she's been influenced by other people saying the man need to have this. Mama and them done said the man need, and she thinks that if he makes that, I'm going to be happier. Think about it. Whenever you believe something, you think you need it because it's going to give you some emotional fulfillment.
Like when men want a woman to look a certain way, like they feel like that's going to give the. Why you look like that?
No,
like,
I'm listening.
I'm flipping it.
Because men, I got to see where your ass going.
No, I'm just saying men always, not always, but a lot of times they talk about, a big booty, a small waist, and that big booty stink more than that little teeny tiny booty. Produce more, but they don't think about that, when they be wanting it.
I can't even.
They don't know how much toilet paper they gonna have to buy, but they still want that fat ass,
You know what? I can't with you.
I told you.
They do say them BBLs be stinking.
Kenny.
Though. I mean,
God.
Okay. I'm just saying, you ain't heard that.
I don't know anybody that talks about a BBL. I just hear men saying, every man talk about they want a fat booty, because you get asthmatized when you see a fat booty.
I don't.
Kenny.
I'm walking through the airport right now every week, and I don't get asthmatized. You know why? You know why I don't get asthmatized? Because, here's why. Because if you've seen one ass, you've seen them all. Well, not quite. Maybe not quite, but,
I remember I was I know with one of your friends.
What now?
P-Funk. And we were having a conversation, and I was saying, I don't know why these chicks be getting these BBLs and stuff. Because Ken was like, that stuff ain't even attractive. Men don't even be looking at it. And his friend ratted him out. He was like,
snitch.
I'm going to tell you, sis. He lying.
Dang, he didn't even
he ratted you out.
He didn't even dry snitch.
He ratted you out. He was like, look, I'm not gonna be the only one out here, dog. I'm about to lose my eyesight out here. Sometimes I feel bad for you, Kenny.
What?
I be like, oh, Kenny, he got to look at all these booties walk by. I know you don't want to.
And listen,
it's hard, but it's like you don't want to do it, but it be calling you.
No, see the thing
is, calling you. You don't want to look. You be like this. You be trying to do like this, and you just be like, don't turn. You don't be want to look, bruh. I see you.
I saw a video on TikTok. Where this dude was with his girl. And this girl got on the escalator before him, and she had a big BBL. And so he had some shades on. He started sweating. Because he was looking this way.
Don't be trying to do your neck be doing like this.
Well, baby, listen. I'm looking. My thing is, I'm looking at Marvin Gaye right here. But look. We ain't gonna stay on long tonight. Oh gosh! Because I know you have been up. I
have been all over the place tonight. You didn't even get to do your tips.
No, it don't matter. But I will say this much.
Yes.
That y'all, let me give people just some advice. And here's the advice: don't allow something you want to keep you from something you need.
Ooh, that's so good. Don't allow something that you want to keep you from something that you need. And before we go though, babe,
no, we ain't gonna go there. Okay. We ain't gonna go this shit.
How do you put them on the right shelf? How do you put your wants and your needs? How do you separate them and put them in their proper place?
I would like a Cullinan. Rolls Royce. I would like that. I would want that. But is it what I need?
That's an obvious want. But sometimes we get wants and needs confused. So I'm talking about those little small things that get us tricked up. like they have to make this amount of money. They got to have curly hair. They got to have. How do we determine those? What's a want and a need with those things?
Because of this. Here's what I want. Here's my whole thing. When I coach people, I say a lot of us miss out on the people that we need that are for us, because the person in my head does not look like the person in front of me. Okay? Because we all have an idea, an image of what we think we should have or who the person should be. Look. But
so get out of your head.
Get out of your own head.
Get out of your head.
Yeah. And I would say that's the first thing. And the second thing is this. Open your heart and mind to all possibilities. Because at the end of the day, what we truly want is happiness and emotional fulfillment.
That is so true.
But we think that certain things are going to give us that. You ever seen somebody get with somebody who make $500,000, make all the money, got the big house, got $1 million house, and they miserable?
Miserable.
And they're miserable. Because so what I say, open your heart, open your mind to a new way of thinking, new way of being. And so what I will say to y'all, we're going to talk about all of this. On June 22nd, baby, I can't wait.
22nd.
We got a live event. Yo, it's going to be off the meat rack.
Yes.
It's called the Candid Conversations live event. It's June 22nd. And if you are in Greensboro, North Carolina, High Point, Triad, Winston-Salem, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte area, you need to come. We already sold half the tickets. It's going to sell out. And we got 3 weeks before we go. But look at, check it out, our profile. Click on the link tree. Profile, click on the link tree and order Candid Conversations and get your Eventbrite ticket. Or you can email me. If you don't have a link, email us at coachkencanyon@gmail.com. Woo. And we're going to be, I can't wait. I can't wait.
And our
There's gonna be a lot of men there too.
Tonight is Pocket Communication Coach. Did I say that right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you look like, okay, go ahead.
No,
finish.
go ahead, finish it.
I'm going to let you finish.
No.
Go ahead.
I like it when you trying to, get frisky.
I do. Well, not tonight.
Sponsored by Pocket Communication Coach. When you have to say it, but you just don't know how. Yo, we created a Pocket Communication Coach, and we created it to help people be better communicators. Let's say you had to say something to your date. You wanted to ask a question, but you didn't know how to say it. Type it into the Pocket Communication Coach. It's going to spit out exactly how you should say it. What about you in a relationship? Somebody hurt your feelings. And you want to say, you hurt my feelings, but you don't know how to say it. Type it in the Pocket Communication Coach. We got something for everybody. If you're in the workplace.
I was going to say on your job, with your children.
Yes. If it's your boss. You got to be real delicate about how you say it with your boss. But Pocket Communication Coach can help you. So what we want y'all to do, go to pocketcommunicationcoach.com. Try it out for 3 days. Use it on the job. See how it works. And then after that, stay with us. $20 a month to help you be a better communicator. Woo! Hi. See y'all later.
Real, raw, and relatable.
See y'all later.
With the Grand Canyons. Y'all have a wonderful evening.